Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to our Wednesday night dip party. There's the words. They were coming to me. I knew eventually they would. It's just sometimes they're a little delayed. It is almost New Year's, which, I mean, clearly because we just had Christmas, but it feels like it snuck up really fast. So I realized we better do some New Year's Eve nails tonight. So that's what we're doing. But I didn't want to be just your typical black and gold palette, okay? I wanted to switch it up a little bit. So we're doing glitter ombre nails tonight, but we're doing a rose gold instead of gold. Switching it up. And then just like full glitter ombre. All dip powder stuff, no gel, no nothing. We are going straight dip powder tonight. So I'm very excited. I'm quite pleased with how this hand turned out. I'm gonna tell you guys right off the hop, I had to cheat this look a little bit, okay? This was not necessarily like the, dip your fluffy brush, angle, pop, we're done. No. This is a chunky glitter that I used, so it required some more manual labor, I will say. It really wasn't that hard, so I don't want to scare you off from trying this look. But basically, I used my cheater method for doing a glitter ombre tip, and then I just cheated adding on the extra pieces to make it look like a proper ombre. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I did that tonight. Again, I promise it's not that hard. It's more of just doing it, really. So hello, Smudge. It's good to see you. Kristen, hello, friend. It's so good to see everybody tonight. All right, so I'm going to get in. I'm going to show you guys the look, show you what we're using tonight, and then I would love to hear how everybody's holidays have been. Hopefully good. Hopefully we've made some great memories this year. So this is what we're doing tonight. Rose gold glitter ombre for New Year's. A touch of sparkle because we need sparkle on New Year's Eve nails. I feel like they got to have some sparkle. But I don't think I've actually rocked a full glitter ombre tip manicure in a very long time. So I went all out. And it just felt like a really good New Year's Eve option. So oh, Kristen, you're probably like me. The social battery is just absolutely depleted. That's a long drive. That's what we had this year too. So I feel you on that one. All right, we still got friends jumping in, but I'm going to go through. Why do I have no signal on the bottom? There we go. All right. Let's go through the products we're going to be using tonight. So I'm going to be using my Sparkle & Co. dip liquids. This is strategic, friends. I will say I have different dip liquid favorites. For those of you who know, you know that I love Virgo and Gem. You know I love Kira Sky. When you're doing an ombre, though, I would lean into a slower drying formula. Virgo and Gem is a fantastic liquid, so is Kira Sky, but they are a thinner liquid, which means that they dry more quickly, and that can make an ombre a little bit trickier because you're going to have to work faster, and even if you are comfortable with doing an ombre, it just makes it harder than it needs to be. So I highly recommend using a slower drying formula. So slower drying formulas that are on my top favorites list are the McCart Dippy set and also the Sparkle & Co. liquid. So highly recommend getting those. That is going to make ombres a lot easier. So that is what we're going to be using tonight for our liquids. And then as far as the colors go, I'm going to be using the light sheer pink from Kira Sky. Any sheer pink is going to work with this. If you've gotten a French nail dip kit that comes with a sheer pink, that's what you want for this look. Was it Scarlet from Revel Nail is their sheer pink. Pretty much every brand has like a really sheer pink that you can do French nails with. So you're going to want that for your base. And then of course you're going to want a clear dip powder to encapsulate everything. So I am using Vivien by Revel Nail. And then for the glitter, I am using an old favorite, an original favorite of mine from when I started dipping my nails. I'm using Pillow Talk by Revel Nail, which is this super pretty rose gold glitter. But it's a chunky glitter, and that can make this a little bit trickier. So I will say that if you were to use a more shimmery, tiny glitter for glitter tips, it's going to be a tiny bit easier. But if you cheat it like I do, we can make this work. So I'm going to show you how I brought this together. Kind of cheated it a little bit. It's fine. Who else is here? Kay, hello, friend, and also thank you for hitting that share button so early. I appreciate it. Courtney, hello, my friend. Kristen, I agree. Pillow Talk is amazing. Christina, thank you for hitting that follow button. You guys are awesome. I hope everybody also had a very wonderful Christmas. Hopefully not too many of you had to spend the time in the car. Like, I know some... Okay, come on, nail cam. There we go. I keep bumping the cord and it keeps popping out. Yeah, Kristen, my family, we're at least an hour from some of our family and then about 2-3 hours to my dad. So it was a Christmas in the car for sure, but you know, when you want to see the people you love, that's what you do. So thank you, Courtney. I'm excited to do this one with you guys. All right, guys, let's get into it. So the first part of this is going to be pretty straightforward. For those of you who have watched these lives time and time again, you know I followed the TikTok method to build an apex on the nail. So what I did for this manicure, because it's a chunky glitter and I wanted to encapsulate and everything else, I did only my first 3 dips. So that's 1 full dip, then a half dip, then a 3/4 dip, just to kind of build that apex shape on the nail. Then I'm going to activate and buff and get the shape, everything smooth, so that we have a really optimized surface to put the glitter ombre on. If you apply glitter ombre on an already bumpy surface, you're going to, it's going to cause you a lot of problems, okay? And I don't like problems. I like things to be easy. So we're going to apply our layers of the sheer pink. We're going to activate, we're going to buff it smooth, and then I'm going to get into the glitter ombre and show you guys how I cheated this look to make it a little bit easier to get a proper ombre. So let's get into it. Question mark. Thank you for hitting the follow button. I appreciate it. All right, so starting things off with our base coat. Like I said, I'm using Sparkle & Co. tonight, and I am using the light pink, which is just a sheer pink from Kira Sky. Also, using sheer pinks are so easy peasy to put on. They just go on so nicely. They don't want to cause lumps and bumps. It's fantastic. Highly recommend. Awesome. Ooh, what did I just do, Kayla? I just got base liquid all over myself. I just jabbed myself with my base liquid. All right, we're starting strong. Let's, wow. I swear I didn't drink that much wine at Christmas. Everything's okay. This one's just called light pink, Courtney. It's just a sheer pink, but literally the color is called light pink. And then the glitter is Pillow Talk by Revel now. All right, so getting things started, we're going to paint across the entire nail. So we're going to start our brush in the middle of the nail, push back up to that cuticle area and pull down, swipe the sides to create a nice cuticle line. And then we're going to dip into the powder. Of course, I got a little fluff on there. That figures. Get out of there, you. All right. And then I'm going to continue that on each finger for the first layer. Smudge, thank you for hitting that share button. I appreciate it. Carly, yes, I have used 100 dip liquids. I do actually have a review of them on my dip liquid review playlist. I did like those ones. It's been a while since I used it, but I do remember liking them. I think there might have been something with the brush that I didn't love, but it was fairly minor overall. I think overall they're pretty good liquids. These are my natural nails tonight, Kimberly. Other than my thumb, I busted my thumb a while back, so I have a tip on it until it grows out, but everything else is all my natural nails. Oh, Courtney, you're right. Yeah, that's what it was. It was the top coat brush that I was like, or the base coat brush. It was, well, probably the brushes in general because it'd be the same bottles. But yeah, I remember them doing something funky and I was like, what is happening? But the liquids themselves, like the liquid was good and went on pretty easy. Kimberly, no. My nails have always leaned into being more naturally thin. That's kind of a I didn't win the genetic card of getting really nice strong nails, so I haven't noticed a difference. I keep dip on my nails though to add strength, so that way I can grow them out like this. If I didn't have dip on my nails, they would be short, they would be bitten back, because I am a lifelong nail biter, so I don't stand a chance if I don't have anything on my nails. Yay, Courtney, that's so exciting. I hope you love them. Smudge, thank you for hitting that share button. I appreciate you, my friend. Yeah, Stephanie, it's tough. I mean, like I said, my nails are naturally quite thin, so even if I didn't bite them, they would end up breaking. So by putting dip powder on them, it adds some strength, so that way they can have a chance at growing out, which is really nice. Courtney and Kimberly M, thank you for hitting that share button. I appreciate you both. And also, if anyone else feels ever so inclined to hit that share button, you know, sharing is caring, please do. Shameless plugs always. I cannot speak tonight, my goodness. I'm coming off my Christmas sugar high, I think. I had a lot of desserts. Well, thank you, Smudge. I appreciate you seeing it that way. I love hanging out with you guys, so. Heather, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Perfect, Stephanie. I hope it goes well. Mrs. Harris, thank you for hitting that share button. I appreciate it. Oh, hi, Brandy. I am doing glitter ombre nails with Pillow Talk from Revel Nail. Yeah, Kenna, it's likely that your base isn't dry before you're doing that. Paris, thank you for hitting that follow button. I appreciate you. Stephanie, thank you for hitting that share button. Thank you, Heather. All right, friends, so now I'm going to go on to dip number 2. So for this dip, I'm going to dip half the nail. The reason I'm doing this is just to build up that apex on the nail. This is going to help add some strength and help our manicure last longer, which after doing a glitter ombre, we are absolutely going to want to enjoy this for a while. So, going to dip each finger the same way. And I also do like to cap the edges on this dip as well. The reason I do that is just to help avoid chips. So just to lightly brush around the free edge, and that helps seal the edges. Bum, bum, bum. Michelle, thank you for hitting that share button. I appreciate it. Jaya, it's because I have a camera in front of me, and then I use my phone as a nail cam. So I have 2 separate cameras going at the moment, thanks to my amazing husband, who is very good at tech stuff. So he does all this stuff for me because, quite frankly, I'm not good with this. So I am very grateful that he has the patience to sort it out for me. Thank you, Courtney. Fab, thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate you. All right, and we are almost done dip number 2. So like I said, I'm going to do up until my 3rd dip. So for my 3rd dip, I'm going to go 3/4 of the way up the nail. Again, the reason is to build an apex and get that shape. And then I'm going to activate and buff. So again, it's so much easier to apply glitter to an already smooth surface. If things are kind of bumpy or out of place, it just makes it harder to get a nice clean finish. So I find it a lot easier to activate and buff and then go in with a glitter or an ombre or whatever it is I'm up to. So yeah, so I'm going to do one more dip. Now that's not going to be it because I am going to apply the glitter and then I'm going to put a clear powder over top. So technically I'm still doing the same amount of layers. I'm just switching up the order a little bit to get a nice clean finish on the glitter. Well, Caitlin, how short are your nails? Like, are they short like they're here, or are they short like how they're like bit back a little bit? Because sometimes that can change. I will say I find the TikTok application method that I use to be a little bit easier for shorter nails, especially when mine were really short and I was still trying to grow them out. And if you do want to see a full step-by-step application tutorial, I do have it pinned over on my TikTok profile. It's like one of the first 3 videos there to check out. Yes, I did. So on my first dip, I did do a full dip of the nail. Oh no, Caitlin. That sucks. I hope everybody's feeling better. All right, so like I said, on this dip, I am going 3/4 of the way up the nail. My brush needs some more liquid, apparently. A weird little divot there that wanted to fill in. Okay. All right, and then we're just going to continue doing that 3/4 dip across all of the nails, and then I'm going to activate and then briefly buff everything, and then we're going to get into doing this glitter ombre, which is going to be the brunt of this manicure. I promise it's not hard, but it is a little bit more time consuming than just doing like a straight manicure, which is pretty much true for any design that you're going to do. If you really want a fast manicure, just doing like a simple one color is going to be a lot faster than trying to do any kind of design. What brand am I using? So for liquids, I'm using my Sparkle & Co. liquids tonight. For the sheer powder that I'm using, this is the Light Pink by Kiara Sky. And then the glitter that I'm about to use is Pillow Talk by Revel Nail. And then I'll be finishing it off with a clear powder to encapsulate the glitter. And I'm using Vivien by Revel Nail for that one. Okay. So like I said, if I were doing a normal dip, I would do another 4th full dip, which again, we are going to do with the clear powder. I'm just reordering my steps so that we can get this glitter ombre tip action going. So once that dries, I'm going to take my toothbrush, I'm going to give it a final wipe to get all the excess powder out of the way, and then I'm going to activate, cure, and then buff. Oh no, Katie, that's too bad. All right, so we got that out of the way. So I'm gonna apply our activator now. For those of you who are new to dip powder, the reason you don't need to use V-Light with dip liquids is because this liquid is what cures and hardens everything onto the nail. Sometimes I like to do a second just insurance layer to make sure everything cures up nicely. And then once that is cured, I'm going to buff everything smooth. So I'm going to actually use my E-file just to do around the cuticle area. And then I will use a curved file and my buffer block if I can find it. Second time this guy's gone missing on me. It ran away. It's like it listened to the toothpick. Okay, whatever. I guess I'll get a new. Oh, it's right here. My goodness. All right, Kayla. Whatever. That's okay, Diane. You're here now. Emily, thank you for hitting that share button. I appreciate it. All right, so we have our shear on. It's feeling pretty good. So I'm going to grab my e-file. I am using the Scarlet e-file by... Ooh. My chair is on it. Come on. You can go to there. Hopefully you guys can see. It's stuck on the chair. I don't feel like messing with it. Okay. Whew. There we go. God, I'm a disaster sometimes. There we go. All right. So... I'm going to put my e-file on low, and I'm just going to use this just to blend everything into the cuticle area to make sure that it is nice and blended in, and I'm just going to very gently go around to do that. All right, and then we're just going to go in, and I'm just going to finish off the rest of the shaping with the file. I just find it a lot easier and faster to do the cuticle area, which I didn't for a long time. I was like, you know what, I've got the tool, I should use it. So yeah, here we are. But anyways, I'm going to do the rest of my shaping with just an e-file, so I'm just going to go down the one side like so, and then down the other side. Just making sure that everything is nice and smooth, like I said, because this is going to be way easier to get a nice ombre finish if our nails are smooth and lump-free and a lot of the pre-shaping is done. At least I think so. Ooh, Chelsea, we are, girl. Only for that little tidbit, though. Like I said, for the most part, I actually do genuinely like doing the brunt of my shaping with the curved file. But it's a lot easier to get into that cuticle area if you have an e-file. Ooh. Alright, everything is looking pretty good, actually. And then I'm just going to do a final buff with my little orange buffer block. This thing is so handy, just to smooth out any little imperfections. Yes, you need to put on the activator before you buff in order to cure everything. If you don't put your activator on, it's just going to peel everything off. Cassie, thank you for hitting that share button. I appreciate you, my friend. Lambo, you don't need an e-file. You can get away with just doing your nails. I recommend a curve file if you're going to get one, because the curve file does a better job of getting in and around that cuticle area without getting on the skin. You can definitely make do with that. However, an e-file is definitely going to make getting around the cuticle areas especially a lot faster. It's also going to make removal a lot easier because you're going to be able to get off most of the dip a lot faster. You're also going to have an easier time getting more of it off before you soak, which is going to limit the amount of soaking time you need, which is also quite handy. So that is something to consider. They are the best, Courtney. I love them. They're just so handy. Handy little guys. Okay, I'm just going to do my up-close inspection and make sure everything is good because I'm blind and I can't see if it's only in front of the camera. Alright. Yeah. I think we are all good. Alright. We are ready to ombre, my friends. Are you ready for this? So, get your glitter. Get a fluffy brush. I like these ones. They're the Eco Tools. I have them shared on my Amazon storefront. They're also available at Amazon. I like them because they're a fluffy brush, but they're not like too fluffy. We lost my face. One second. There we go. So anyways, you want to get a brush like this. That's going to help you. And then I'm going to show you guys how to kind of cheat this system a little bit to get a nice ombre. Limbo, you're very welcome and thank you. I appreciate that you love the post. Kristen and Heather, thank you guys for sending me heart me's. I hurt you back. Thank you. Do I have a special technique for application? I do. If you want to see my step-by-step application for like just a regular manicure, I have it pinned to my TikTok profile. Yeah, Courtney, man, I bought orange buffer blocks when I first started dipping my nails 3 years ago. I still have the same thing. Like, I'm still working my way through it. Catherine, yes, you can do dip powder on short nails. All right, guys, so let's get into this glitter ombre action. So we're going to kind of do it in steps. Again, I highly recommend a slower drying dip liquid formula for this. It's going to be a little bit easier than the more fast drying ones. So as much as I love Virgo and Gem, it's a great liquid. It goes on really thin and easy, but it does dry faster. So that can make doing an ombre a little bit trickier when you want a little bit more time to work. So that's why I do really like the Sparkle & Co. liquids for doing my ombres. Also the Macart Dippy set is also another slow drying option that would be good for this. Courtney. All right, friends. So to do the glitter ombre tip, so for those of you joining who didn't see, this is what we are accomplishing this evening. So the first thing we are going to do is take our base liquid and we are going to apply that to a part of the nail, just kind of where you want the glitter to fall. So I like to paint a little bit above my smile line because I do want some of it to fall up there. And then I'm going to hold up my finger at a 45-degree angle up. I'm going to dip into the powder. I'm going to dip the bristles and I'm just going to tap to let that glitter fall. Now I want most of the glitter obviously to fall at the tip. So we can try dipping just a little bit at the end there to see if some will still stick, but that's probably all we're going to get. So that obviously doesn't look like that. So I'm going to show you how to take this to this. We're going to do a couple more steps. I do actually have a step-by-step tutorial already filmed on this on my TikTok profile. So if you do want to check that out, you can. But yeah, so we're going to do this as a couple steps. So if your first dip looks like this, that is okay. We're going to build on this. So I'm going to continue doing that on each nail just for the first layer of the ombre. Okay. Again, painting just above the smile line, because you do want some of the glitter to kind of fall up there, just not a lot of it. And then you can kind of just dip just the tip in if you want and pat some of it down just to get it a little heavier there to start building up the glitter on the tip. This is a trust the process situation, okay, friends? I'm just going to tell you that right now. This is not going to look cute right off the hop. We're going to have to work at this, so. And then after I'm dipping that tip, I'm just kind of patting a little bit. It is super pretty. So this glitter is Pillow Talk by Revel now. Also, guys, I have shared everything to shop the look that I'm doing tonight in my TikTok profile. So if you click the link and scroll down, you'll be able to see where I have photos of this manicure and other ones that I've done. If you click that link, you'll be able to shop all of the products that I'm using tonight there. Courtney, okay, so maybe try this one. This is kind of building off of my other kind of glitter tip technique that I did. This one I switched up a little bit just because it is a chunky glitter, which makes it a little bit more trying. But we're gonna basically end up manually placing some of this glitter. So we cheated a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with cheating. This is a situation where cheating is a-okay, at least in my book. So okay, so that is our start. That doesn't look cute. I know it doesn't look cute. We're gonna work on it. So, Isabella, yeah, these are my own nails. Other than my thumb, I do have a tip there just because my thumb broke, but the rest of it is my natural nail. Okay, I'm gonna try to bring you guys in a little bit closer. Is that maybe ideal? Okay. So now that this is mostly dried, I'm going to grab my brush and I'm just going to brush off all of the excess. And we can see already, guys, that that glitter is not nearly the same, right? So this is what it's going to look like at first. That is okay. We're going to build it up to look like this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint just the bottom of the nail. And then we're actually going to force it in to the powder like this, and then we'll move it around. And then if we got to do some manual placement afterwards with this being a chunky glitter, we'll do that. It's okay. So we're going to take our base liquid again, paint just the tip of the nail. So basically like your smile line. And then we're going to lay it flat. Because this is a chunky glitter, this just makes it a little bit easier. And then I'm going to kind of dab the glitter around like so. And then I'm going to leave it alone. We're going to come back and we're going to add little things if we need to. But we're going to continue this process on each nail. So again, I'm just going to paint my smile line. We're going to dip that in. We're going to pat her down. I really don't want that big old chunk there. That's not going to look cute. Okay. Okay. Debbie, you're here. I'm just so glad you're here. Why, Willie? Thank you for hitting that share button. I appreciate it. Debbie, I'm just walking through everybody how to cheat glitter ombre tip nails. So you guys can see already that that's really thickening up just the tip area, which is great. If you need to pat things down, you can. Whoop. All right, 2 more fingers, and then we're going to do a little bit of manual adjusting if we need to. definitely don't want some of those big ones there, so I'm just gonna pop those off. All right, guys. I'm gonna let that dry for just a moment just to let everything set. And then I'm gonna brush, and then I'm gonna start kind of manipulating this manually. There's a method to this madness. Right, Cassie? They're so pretty. But they do make it a little more tricky to work with. I do appreciate that. So I'll show you guys how I accomplish this. So basically, I'm gonna start with the thumb while the other ones are drying. So I'm gonna take my thumb, brush off all the excess, and now I'm gonna look for areas where I feel like it needs to be built up a little bit. So we've got pretty good coverage here, but I can kind of see right here where that would be a good place naturally for a piece to fit so that it feels like it's ombreing upwards, right? So what we are going to do, take a toothpick, hopefully it doesn't run away on you. You're going to get a little thing of water just to wet the tip. And then we're basically going to manually place the pieces ourselves. So this is a really good use for all these little pieces that have fallen. So I'm going to grab a little bit of base coat and I'm going to put it exactly where I want a piece to go, which is right here. And then I'm going to take from one of these little pieces here and I'm just going to place it on. Come on and stay. There we go. And then anywhere that I want a piece, I'm just going to continue doing that. So guys, this is tedious. I know that. But at the same time, this does make it a lot easier to get a nice glitter ombre with chunky glitter. So, you know, if it's not working for you and you got some time on your hands, this is a great way to achieve this look. And I find it a lot easier, quite frankly. Okay, and then I just want some of those tiny little things to fall. So I'm actually going to do this really quick. And these little kind of itty bitty glitters would look super pretty right about there. Right? So that's just about done. So the next step is really just encapsulating it. So we're gonna let all of that dry and then we're just gonna continue this on each finger. Hello, Janice, it's good to see you. I agree, Courtney. I didn't want to do a black and gold New Year's manicure. It just felt like so typical. So I feel like this is nice because it's got a sparkle for New Year's, but it's a little different. All right, so now I'm gonna move on to our next finger. So again, I'm just looking for spaces where I feel like it needs a little bit more work. So kind of down near the bottom would be great. So we're going to add some base coat down there. And we are going to take our piece. Whoop, we are not wanting to spill our base coat. We're just gonna add some chunkier pieces in. I feel like that is not sitting well. Nope, it's dedicated. That's where she stays. Okay. Again, guys, I know this is tedious, but if you're dedicated to a glitter ombre like I am today, this is how we're going to do it. Because otherwise, it just ends up looking crazy and not at all the way we want it. So, that piece fits. Get out of here. Oh no, oh no, I wrecked a good thing. I wrecked a good thing. I want it back. Get out of there. Sorry guys, I get quiet when I'm like super duper concentrating, you can tell. Okay. So that should stick. Like so. And do I have any like medium pieces in here that could really... I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. Just put like a little bigger medium dot up top. I kind of feel like we need a hex piece down on that tip there, and then this one will be good. It will be good. All right. Well, Cassie, I appreciate that, because quite frankly, that was always my hang up whenever I would watch tutorials online. I'm like, okay, but like those steps don't make sense. How do you do this? You know what I mean? Like nobody would ever talk about how they layered underneath or how they like got, I don't know. They just never got into the nitty gritty either. And that was always something that bothered me that I felt like I really needed to know. So I'm really glad to hear that this is helpful for you guys. I know it looks painful. It's not pretty, you know. Watching this process on a quick Instagram or TikTok reel isn't necessarily going to be super aesthetic, but we are going to get a nice manicure when we're done, and that is what matters. Oh, it didn't want to stick. Okay, I need a couple little pieces up top here. So I'm just going to do this and this. This needs to look like it's floating. Okay, and then what is going on here? This doesn't look right. This would need some at the top. Maybe the tip. Well, that's good, Debbie. I'm here for you and all the nitty-gritty details. Like I said, this is not this isn't magic. It's tedious, but hey, it gets the job done. All right, I think we need a couple pieces just kind of up here to make them look like they're falling. What do we got? There were some little square bits. That's what I was after. Okay, I think, sorry guys, I just want to see up close. Yeah. I think we need another like bigger piece just at the tip there. And I'm okay if it's like kind of coming off because I'm just gonna file it so it looks like it kind of ends at the tip of the nail. Maybe that'll look cool. Oh my gosh, you stay. Stay put and quit falling over. Stop falling over. My bottle is like all over the place today. It's got a mind of its own. I think one more thick one over in the corner and that'll kind of straighten that nail out. Just doing our best over here, friends. Just doing our very best, as always. Stay, stay. There we go. Oh my gosh, why won't you stay in your home? You guys are definitely getting the raw version today. Holy Moses. Come on, just stay on the freaking nail. There we go. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. You want to stay? Come on. There we go. Oh, baby. Oh, you're staying there. That is your home. That is your home. Okay. Getting it. And actually, I think I'm pretty pleased with how... No, I'm not. I'm picky. I'm going I'm going to add a little piece just down here on the thumb, or sorry, pinky. And I'm just going to add one little piece up top. You guys can see, sorry. Trying to make sure everybody can see, you know? Okay. Oh, get back in your home. Get back in your home. There we go. I feel like, you know what? No, I think I'm good. I think we're good. What do you guys think? This looks kind of crazy. It's going to look a little less intense when we get that clear. Brandy. Oh, yeah, I'm working up a sweat here, my friends. Oh, God. All right. I think we did it. I think we did it. Okay. Looks comparable. I think I'm happy. Mostly. This is kind of like, I'm not pleased with like, see how there's like a little weird, it's like it's not enough right there. So you guys are getting the real nitty gritty. This is a super behind the scenes. This is how I'm cheating things. But again, guys, chunky glitter is really hard to do like this. So that is why we just have to learn how to work with it. Anyone who tells you that you can do chunky glitter in like 2 steps is not being accurate. That's how I feel anyway. I'm just kind of touching up these edges just to make sure that I've got a really clear bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I think we're in much better shape, my friends. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. We're good. Okay, thank you. I get in my head and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I'm on camera. I probably should tone her down, but I'm glad that you guys are appreciating. All right. Thank you, friends. Thank you for the words of encouragement. We needed it. I know, Debbie, I love the look of chunky glitter, but it is a bit of a bee to work with. So I can appreciate why people hate it. But again, if you can exercise a little extra patience to do it like this, it does work out. It's just, you got to work with her. You know what I mean? Chunky glitter doesn't want you to just swoop in with some like easy 2-step trick. She wants you to really want her on your nails. So you got to go into it ready to take some time. Anywho, okay, I'm pleased with this. So we are going to take our clear dip powder, and now all we are going to do is put on that final 4th layer all around the entire nail to encapsulate everything. That looks pretty. All right, because we're doing a full layer, I'm going to use my toothpick again just to get everything out of that cuticle area. Marissa, thank you. You dig it, I dig it. It's definitely a learning curve, Debbie. That is absolutely for certain. All right, I gotta be able to see what I'm doing here. But yeah, no, you learn to work with it, it'll pay off. But yeah, she's a bit trying. Marissa, I'm using the Sparkle & Co. liquids today, which I highly recommend if you're doing an ombre, because they are a bit slower drying, so they're going to give you a little bit more time to work and make this slightly less painful to do. You guys can see now why it's a lot easier to apply these to just a smooth surface, because imagine we had to go in now and like buff everything and shape it. Ugh, no thank you. I like the easy way of doing things. All right, we're getting in there. Last one to encapsulate, and then we are going to activate, and we're just gonna buff out any little minor bumps that are coming from the glitter. So the reason we want to encapsulate is just to make everything super smooth at the end and protect that glitter so that we don't buff it directly, because glitter tends to change color. If you buff it directly, it'll all turn silver. So we don't want that. Not after all that ordeal. My goodness. All right, I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to apply activator. Cassie, we're doing our best over here. Daniela, no, you don't need to use a UV light if you're using dip liquids. All right, so let's brush off all that excess powder. And then I'm going to very generously apply activator to make sure that it seeps in. So the reason we don't need the UV light, Danielle, is because this activator liquid actually cures everything for us. Dang, I am pleased with this. This is great. All right, because we used a glitter, I'm going to add a little bit more activator just to make sure it fully seeps in. There we go. Ooh, hello, Bethany. What did you do on your nails? Courtney, thank you for sending 2 roses. You were too kind. How to get nail glue off your nails without damaging them. I mean, not really, no. I mean, you could try some rubbing alcohol because that shouldn't affect your top layer. But I don't know if that would get the glue off, unfortunately. Oh, Chell, I don't use press-on, so I'm not really sure. Oh, Debbie, it would for sure. No worries. I'm sorry I couldn't be more help. I just don't want to steer you the wrong way when I'm not really sure. All right, my friends, we are fully activated, so I'm just going to do a final, just quick buff to smooth everything out. And then I'm also just going to go around the edges just to sharpen up and get off any, you know, little hanger-oners of glitter that might have been living life on the edge there. Thank you, Chell. I appreciate that. Bethany, I would say you can always try adding a little bit more activator. It could be that you need to wait a little bit longer, but activator, some take a little bit longer than others, but you shouldn't have to wait more than a couple minutes. So you can always try just generously applying more and see if that helps. You are welcome. Well, I am just about ready for New Year's now with these nails, so that is quite nice. Okay, so sharpen up the sides. Alright guys, I'm just going to do my up close for a second just so I can see what I'm doing, because it is so hard, unfortunately, to see around that camera. So I just like to get up close, and also just so you guys can realistically see, since we're being very honest about how we accomplish our manicures here, I have to get right up and close to my face and kind of switch things back and forth constantly in order to have a good idea of if my shape looks okay, I mean, I do a lot of my shaping ahead of time. But as I'm going and buffing, I like to just make sure everything still looks okay. So I find checking at it from different angles really helps me do that. And the only problem with these lives is that it is hard to see around this camera sometimes. So anyways, there we go. So I'm just going to do a very quick light buff with our favorite orange buffer. Thank you, Bethany. Daniela, so I switch out my manicure every week on these lives, but I can get up to 2 weeks usually if I were to leave it. Thank you, Kay. You're right on top of it. As per usual, I'd expect nothing less. Whoever has the little mouse emoticon as their name, thank you for hitting that follow button. I appreciate you. Ma, I am using the light pink from Kara Sky, and then, oop, we lost my face. And then for the glitter, I am using Pillow Talk by Revel now. Oh, hello, Jade. That is much better. I can only see people's TikTok like handles, basically. So, which is really unfortunate because it'd be really nice if TikTok would show me like people's names when they come in, because depending on how you have your profile set, I can't see it. So it'd be nice to just see people's names, quite frankly, but here we are. Jade, thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate it. All right, I think that we are in good shape. Get it? Because I was just shaping. All right, I will see myself out. Okay. I think... Well, I think I've done a better job with my nails than I did with my jokes. So this is good. This is what we're after. All right, so now what I want to do is just take a wet brush and I'm just going to get all of the dust and everything out of here before I go in with my activator and top coat. Bethany, Courtney, and Kay, you guys should not be encouraging me. My husband will be so upset that you guys are telling me that I'm funny. All right. I think we are good. Okay, so I've got all the dust out. I'm just gonna let that dry for a second because I forgot to grab a paper towel before we got on. Classic. Classic Kayla. All right. I've got my lint-free wipe though, so I should be just about ready for activator, and then we're gonna top coat. So in order for your top coat to cure, we need to apply a second coat of activator. So I'm going to do that now, and then we'll go in with our top coat. But this is going to give you a first look at that glitter ombre, which you can see looks a whole lot better than how we started. Because it was looking like heck when we first started. All right, and now I'm going to take my, dropping bottles. I'm going to take my lint-free wipe. I'm just going to wipe off all of the excess activator just to make sure that they're good to go. And then I'm going to grab my glossy top coat. And then what you want to do is limit the contact time that the brush has with the nail. This is going to prevent your top coat brush from hardening. So I'm just going to do 3 very quick strokes for this first layer. So basically just 1, 2, 3 on each nail, and then we're going to go in and make this nice when we are done. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of duck around here just so I can see better, guys, because I can't see very well. So we're going to apply our activator properly, and on this layer you really want to make sure that you cap the edge, because if you don't, you are going to end up in Chip City, and you do not want to end up there. So we're going to take the brush and we're going to very lightly run it along the free edge of the nail just to seal everything up, and that's going to help your manicure last longer, which is important anytime, but I think after you've put in all that manual labor to achieve this ombre, it feels like it's that much more important, you know? So Oh. You're almost done. Our New Year's Eve manicure. That is not black and gold. All right, there we go, my friends. We did it. Is it possible to do dip than regular? You can do gel and, yeah, actually, yeah, you can use regular nail polish and stuff over top of dip powder. That's no problem. Thank you, Kay. Appreciate it. Courtney, I know. We should message him. I think we need to tell him to come in once in a while. Marissa, no, I haven't done 3 top coats. Oh, Kristen, well, I'm glad you're back because I want you to be here. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Smudge. Thank you, Bethany. Kristen, same. I was like, you know, I feel like it's so cliche to just do black and gold for New Year's Eve nails. So I felt like this was just a nice way to still switch it up because I feel like sparkle is fairly essential for a good New Year's Eve manicure, but this is like, it's different, you know? And really, you could use whatever glitter you want. I just really love Pillow Talk. I love doing rose gold. So I'm quite pleased with this. I thought, Kristen, I assumed you meant that you left because you were wanted. So I was like, well, I want you here too. Happy New Year's to you, Kay. Thank you for joining. Lucy, I really liked the Tender Dip liquids, I believe. I think it was just their brush that I was a little bit weirded out by, but other than that, they were good. I do have a Tender Dip review on my Dip Liquid playlist as well to watch. Oh no, Courtney. Well, maybe you have another chunky one you can try? Thank you very much, Debbie. I'm so glad you made it for this one. Christian, thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate you. Thank you, Tiffany. Well, I will definitely do my best to get this nail inspo updated and kind of walk you guys through step by step because I do have a tutorial already up for how I do glitter ombre tips. This one's just a little bit more intensive because it's a chunky glitter. If you were doing a shimmer tip powder or a shimmer tip, it would be a lot easier. It's just those shimmers are a lot easier to work with. Chunky glitters are a bit more trying, but I think worth it. So I will definitely shoot another tutorial for how to ombre this so you guys have it as a reference. But yeah, I'm excited. Thanks, friends. Krista, yes, you definitely need to try it. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Christian. Exactly, Krista. Any glitter is going to be great to bring in the new year, I think. You are welcome, Cassie. I hope it helps. Like I said, it's not the prettiest magical way to do it, but it gets the job done, and I think that is what we're after, you know? So, Heather, you are welcome. I'm happy to do it. Because in exchange, I get to hang out with all of you every week, and that makes my heart very happy because you guys are a lot of fun. So I appreciate it. Thank you for laughing at my bad jokes. You guys are awesome. I'm going to go tell my husband that you think I'm funny. Maybe he'll pop in to tell you guys otherwise, Courtney. Maybe that'll be what motivates him to come and join us again. I don't know. I can't say for sure. So thank you, Courtney. Awesome. Jade, thank you. Bye. All right, my friends. Courtney, I'll have to get him here next week. All right, my friends, I am going to call it an evening. I hope that everybody had a very wonderful, happy holidays. I hope that all of you have a great time bringing in the new year this year. It's been great. This has been such a great year. I have to say, I am so grateful for you guys. This has been so much fun, like building this TikTok community. I feel like it's actually, we're going on year 3. So I've been doing this for 2 years now on TikTok. No, sorry. Yeah, it has been 2 years. Have I been dipping my nails for 4 years then? I have no concept of time. It's been 2 years on TikTok with you guys, and this last year has been especially amazing. We started establishing these lives early last year, and so it's just been great. I've really enjoyed getting to know you guys. I enjoy seeing your manis when you send them to me, so thank you guys. I really appreciate you, and I am so excited to continue doing this with you in the new year. So thank you guys very, very much. Happy New Year, Tiffany. Jade, thank you. You were too kind. Debbie, thank you. Have a great rest of your week and weekend to you as well, of course. Courtney, Happy New Year. Jade, bye. Courtney, you're an OG, my friend. I appreciate you. Anyways, friends, have a great rest of your night. Have an amazing rest of your week. Have a safe and happy New Year's Eve. And I guess I will see you all in 2024, which is so crazy to say, but we'll see everybody next week. Bye, friends. Happy New Year. Thank you. Bye.